Replicar Developments Limited are proud to present a new concept in New Zealand car design, the Ibis.
I got interested in the Ibis through a sports car club in New Zealand, Gymkhana, and I saw the car competing and I liked the way it drove and looked. So I ordered one from Ultralight. I was very pleased with the Replicar's delivery. It was delivered on time and I was very pleased with the quality of it. The ease of assembly of the kit was marvellous. There was no problems during its construction. I managed to finish it very quickly and get a car that's working and on the road in about a month. I was very pleased with Replicar's kit and I'd recommend it to anyone that wanted a low-cost, simple-to-build sports car which is very fun to drive and quite good for competition work as well as on the road.
This car was produced from a written-off 1275 GT plus a comprehensive Ibis kit. Carl now has a practical everyday sports car which he can also use for occasional competition. Even though it's only got a standard 1300 motor, it can outperform many modern 2-litre saloons. This is the #1 production car, the very first Ibis. It utilises the drivetrain from a late model 1000cc Mini and it provides John with a sports car that the whole family can enjoy, and a fun car for Motorcana competition. He ordered his kit when the project was in its infancy and he feels his confidence has been well rewarded.
Yes, Ian, I felt that from the drawing board stage when I first was interested in the vehicle, I think that you really carried it out through to the kit stage admirably. I felt appropriate to actually pay for the kit when it was still nothing more than the drawing board stage, and was pleasantly surprised at the way it went together, and in general terms the finish and seeing the mould making and all what it entailed, that your eye for detail and everything had to really be spot on, knowing what you wanted to put out on the market, and it really fills the family needs. The 2 kiddies in the back. Now I have a hood made for it. It's we're out of the weather. It's a very complete car, which the family enjoys. The wife enjoys driving. So I think all in all, it's a bonus what I've ended up with to what I first really thought, and expecting it to be a spot-on car to start with. It's marvellous. Well, once I bought the donor car and saw what I had to use off that, and that all parts were compatible, that the bonus of being one single donor car really lent itself so well, and everything just fitted in a little better than I thought it would have been. I was envisioning that it could be problems, but it wasn't. It was a simple exercise which had planned well. There's no vehicle that I could see at the moment for my outlay and what it cost me, man hours involved, which weren't many, so all in all it's a car that I know will be around for the next however lifetime. And I certainly don't intend selling it because it's part of me and being able to get it to the stage I like.
This is the Racer. Built specifically for competition, it has few creature comforts, but it's managed to win every Motorcana it's been in, and it's been a moderately successful track car. It runs a 120 brake horsepower Cooper S drivetrain, and with a power to weight ratio of 285 horsepower per tonne, its performance lives up to its nickname. We call it the Rocket. Hello, I'm Ian Bird. Remember how easy it used to be to own a sports car? You had plenty of choice, prices were pretty reasonable. Nowadays things are a bit different. Foreign imports are very, very expensive, and parts prices are nothing short of horrendous. At Replicars though, we produce a car that's not only cheap to own and build, but cheap also to maintain. It uses the parts from a single donor vehicle, that's the Mini, right from the bottom end of a lowly 850 up to a full house Cooper S. Remember how they used to go when they came out? The Ibis is a kit car. Now, you've all heard of kit cars, and sometimes really that means nothing more than a pile of pieces in the corner. Well, we're not saying that we're going to give you a cut lunch and a dozen of beer to drink while you're assembling it, but without a doubt the Ibis would be the most completely assembled kit car available in New Zealand. Construction time from the time the kit arrives at your door to the time you have a running car is approximately 40 hours, and well within the capabilities of any home handyman. Yes, the Ibis is made of fiberglass. It has a steel subframe for strength, but it's made of fiberglass. Now, the people who do that best are the people who build aircraft. So we came to Ultralight Aircraft Manufacturing Limited, who would be the recognised leaders in aviation fiberglass technology in New Zealand. We've had several successes with the Ibis, competition successes that is, both in Motorcana and in track racing, due mostly to the fact that it's very light and very responsive. In fact, driving an Ibis is a real pleasure. You know how they talk about 2+2 sports cars, and you find that what you've got in the back is a parcel shelf, or room for a dwarf with no legs. Well, the Ibis is a real 2+2, both mum and the kids. It's not exclusive, it is a real 2+2 car. The Ibis is a real eye-catcher. Its styling comes from the era of the D-Type and the Cobra. So you're always going to have a car that has classic styling and isn't going to date. Enough of me talking. Let's go into the factory where I can show you what an Ibis kit consists of. Here is a finished kit ready to leave the factory. And as you'll see, it's a very comprehensive package. All component mounting holes are jig drilled for accurate location. Front shock absorber mountings are provided, as are holes to mount the front subframe, master cylinders and pedal box. The steering rack and column mounts are located along with the bottom subframe. All holes are Kevlar reinforced for abrasion resistance and strength. We provide fiberglass seat shelves which have a provision for runners to allow for adjustment. The aluminium windscreen frame fits the standard mini windscreen and fixes to metal pads built into the body. The rear axle is assembled, ready to receive the mini rear hubs and brakes, handbrake and shock absorbers. The suspension is a simple quarter elliptic spring attached to heavy plates in the steel subframe, which also act as roll bar mounts. Top shock absorber mountings are encapsulated in the rear structure. The boot's large for a car of this size, and the mini petrol tank sits in a moulded recess with no modifications. The doors fit really well. They are jig trimmed to ensure that you get excellent results. Use mini door locks and striker plates. Hinge mountings are pre-drilled in the door and in the body pillar. To keep the weather out, the seals are attached to this trim piece. The inside of the car is the good side of the fiberglass. That is moulded gel coat, so there's no raw fiberglass showing, and it has a neat finished appearance which is easy to keep clean. To use the rear seat, just remove this cover. The front section has an opening bonnet, or alternatively it can be easily taken off to give excellent access to the drivetrain for major work. So there you have it, New Zealand's easiest to build kit car, hand built to exacting standards and ready to use in just a few weeks. Try one, you'll like it.